Irish Song and Recitation, Season 3, Shan Nos.
Oh, and oh, and so shock to get over. Oh, and oh, and oh, and the skipper. Oh, and oh, and so shock to get over. Oh, and oh, and oh, and the skipper. Oh, and oh, and so shock to get.
From the Irish Roots Cafe at irishroots.com, I'm Mick the Bridge, session leader by default. Hey, remember our other sessions on Irish history, genealogy, and language at irishroots.com, and be sure to enjoy the show today. Grab a chair, we'll make the circle just a little bit wider. Got room for everybody. Our topic this season is Shan Nos, and we've got 10 shows lined up for you. Each show will have conversation and a song from someone who cared enough to share it with us, and that is very much appreciated. God bless all here. It's time to get started. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Irish Song and Recitation Festival, Season 3. We've got a very special guest today. We've tried some experimentation with Shan Nos, and this is a musical interpretation, you might say. I think you're going to find it very interesting, and we're also especially lucky because in the cafe today, right here at the corner booth, we've got Liza Zumbrennan, or Brennan. Is that Brennan at the end? That would be Irish. Instead of Mac Brennan, it's Zumbrennan?
Well, it's actually a German name. Zumbrunnen means to the well.
And do you know what part of Germany it came from?
I am not sure.
My good, we've got a lot of family researchers out there on some of my podcasts, so I had to ask that mandatory question. Tell us a little bit about your music and where it came from and what you did with this Shan Nos invitation.
Well, basically, I run a band. It's a brass trio made of 2 trumpets and a trombone, and I call us the Gaelic Brass, and we play mostly Scottish and Irish, and then a few English tunes and 1 Welsh tune. And so, but basically, I love Irish music. And
now, where did you get the love for Irish music? Did it just happen when you heard the songs, or?
I'm not sure. When I was a kid, I had this little yellow tape that I used to listen to folk tunes on, and I found out later that it was actually a popular folk singer. I think he may have been American, but I've just always liked that kind of music. I always liked the sound of bagpipes when I was a kid.
Right. And what were some of the songs you remember from when you were young that you heard?
No specific songs, really. It was just catchy little melodies that I just always loved.
And it just sort of had a feel to it, so you went into it. And now I've seen you at Renaissance festivals and Irish street fairs, and you can play, I guess, what do you have, 50 tunes?
Yeah, about 50 arrangements.
And it's really a brass ensemble?
Yes, brass trio.
Very good. And now, how did you come about to this Shan Nos, and what strategy did you use when making this recording, and what song did you pick?
We picked on Poche Bwilla, which is the only song that we have that is originally in Gaelic. We actually had, once at the Renaissance Festival, we had an Irishman in the audience, and so we had him look through the book and said, "What song do you know?" And that was the very first thing. He was like, "Okay, I know this song." So we picked that out, and it's one of the only songs we have that we solo, and I thought that'd be good for, the singing quality.
And do you know anything about the meaning of the song?
I know that it means the mad puck goat, and it's a patriotic song for the Irish, and it's supposed to talk about their spirit and willingness to fight and just their...
And I think the old puck goat, I think there also is a tie to this goat might have run into the village and warned all the people before an army was approaching to destroy the town. And so they gave honor to the goat. The Puck Fair every year over in County Kerry is reminiscent of that, and it's something they've handed down and Gosh, that would have gone all the way back to the 17th century, I think. So this is a perfect selection for Shan Nos because it goes way back to the early days of history that we can remember. So that's a very good pick.
Well, that's good.
How long did it take you to actually put it together once you made up your mind what to do?
Well, the arrangement itself I've had for a long time. I made this arrangement about a year ago, and I was inspired by Cumhaltis. Is that how you pronounce it?
That sounds real good to me.
All right. Their recording in the 2005 concert tour is what inspired me to make this, so it kind of resembles that a lot. And then after the arrangement was made, then actually last night after a Renaissance Festival gig, the Gaelic Brass went to record it, and it took us a few tries, especially in the singing part, but we got it down, and that's how we have this recording. I think it's a really good recording of the arrangement.
That's great. Now, have you ever made an album yet? Cut a real album, or?
We've made 2 albums, though they're specifically a set, a 30-minute set that we did at the Renaissance Festival. And on both the albums, there's some songs. You'll find the same song sometimes. But there's a lot of talking and me talking in a British accent.
No, boy, that's going to be something to hear. Now, we've got people listening to this program from all over the world. If they wanted to get one of those albums or to hear more of the music, what would you suggest that they do?
If you go to GaelicBrass.com, www.GaelicBrass.com, then you can go there, and there's not a specific place to pay for a CD or buy a CD, but if you just email me, my email address is on there, and we could work something out. I'd be glad to send you one. But there is a lot of samples of the music if you want to hear that on the music page of the site.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard anyone else do this, so it's very creative and deserves a lot of applause. One more question, letting people know what, say, you're in Kansas City, the Kansas City area. Now, when it comes to understanding the past of Irish music and song, had you ever heard of the words Shan Nos before?
I had not.
And you know that's pretty common in Kansas City when I've asked. Now, there's some musicians that do Irish sessions that would know the word and they might have heard it, but it's really quite rare for the size of the city to have a Shan Nos singer where you just might hear him in a session somewhere. You can hear the Irish ballads and some of the more modern forms of Irish song, what we call Irish song. But the old style hasn't really been cultivated here. And maybe this series this season will help that. And you're sure doing it by helping us. Let me see. I see you brought along. Can you read those Irish lyrics?
I can try one of the verses.
Okay, try one just for the fun of it.
Let's see. Fi garda mor I melian wrote she, is felag forsan kun shin a clippa, du vol she rope, de aish rock sautonon, esta verste nado yon sha gibble.
3 cheers for trying that. It'd take 3 years for me to get through it. I have to do repetition after repetition, and really like 1,000 repetitions before I can do a song right. But we thank you a lot, and we're getting ready to fire it up. So if it's all right, we'll play that right now. And do you have any parting comments to the fans of the Irish Song and Recitation Festival and Shan Nos, folks that like to promote the Shan Nos? I've done that for 3 years. I know it's Shan Nos, and I keep saying Sean. That shows you that's just part of my Texas accent. So I can't apologize for it. It's just part of me. But do you have any comments before we play the actual piece?
I think that because we play Irish songs on untraditional instruments, my parting comments is that you can always play traditional songs and just great songs like Irish pieces, but use the equipment you got to play them.
Hey, that's right. That's the soul of a musician. You find a way, and a lot of times there might not be instruments available, and I'm sure that's what helped Shan Nos actually come about. You didn't need all those instruments, and of course the lilting is another form of music where people will just imitate perhaps the sound or the playing of instruments with mouth sounds and have a song right along with that, you know. Sometimes they might call that diddly-dee. Diddly-die, diddly-dome, you know, you understand that.
Right.
Okay, that's enough talking right now. Now we're going to hear a very unique performance. And Lisa, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we hope you'll come back soon.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that was pretty good. I've never heard anything like it. And I wondered if those folks in Ireland over there in County Kerry might invite you over to play that tune for the next Puck Fair. That would be very interesting. But thank you again, Lisa. Did you have any parting comment?
I just want to give praise to God. I really do feel like all the arrangements I've done are just the Holy Spirit working through me, and I hope that our music is a blessing to people, and I give all the credit to God.
Hey, you can't do any better than that. Thank you a lot, and we'll be seeing you right along the way. Well, it's breakout time. Contact me at irishroots.com, where we've got all our shows on Irish history, language, genealogies, books, and videos. And leave a message at 816-256-3360 on our answering machine. And write us at Box 7575, Kansas City, Missouri, 64116. That's the Irish Roots Cafe. I'm going back to my slightly softer corner booth here at the cafe. It's Mick the Bridge to my musically gifted friends here, and just playing old OLaughlin to everybody else. Thank you for your patience. That's a wrap.